this nation. OSBC brings you the news. News across the country.
Good evening and welcome to the news across the country. I am Olushayo Babatunde. Muslims admonished on love as Governor Adeleke joins Jumat service in Osogbo. Court Appeal Court restates Zamfara PDP governorship candidate. 13 filling stations sealed in Akwa Ibom for fuel price hike. Woman strangles co-wife to death. And now the news in full. Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke today joined service chiefs and legionnaires as well as families of fallen heroes to perform the Jumat service prayer in Osogbo. The prayer was part of activities like North to commemorate the year 2023 Armed Forces Remembrance Day. In his sermon, the Chief Imam of Osogbo Land, Sheikh Musa Nemashan, lauded their contributions of serving and retired officers and men of the Nigerian Armed Forces towards the peace, progress, and stability of the country. The Grand Imam of Osun State called on the authorities of both federal and state levels to see to the welfare of personnel of the Nigerian Armed Forces. While praying for Governor Ademola Adeleke to have a successful tenure, the Imam called on Muslim faithful to emulate the Adeleke family in love and support, noting that God ordained unity and love among mankind. Present at the Jumat prayer were officers and men of the Nigerian Army, Police Force, Nigerian Air Force, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Immigration, Customs Services, as well as members of the Nigerian Legion and their families. With exactly 49 days to the February 25th presidential election, the chairman, Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmoud Yakub, today visited the national headquarters of the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, with a declaration that the commission is set. Reports indicate that he was accompanied by senior members of the commission, national commissioners, and directors. According to him, Nigeria cannot conduct any successful election without the active participation of core members as ad hoc staff. NYSC Acting Director General Christy Uber demanded the review of the allowances of core members by the NYSC in view of the prevailing economic situation in the country. The Department of State Services, DSSS, it is not in any court to stop the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakub, from performing duties over alleged non-declaration of assets. In a statement by spokesman Dr. Peter Afunaya, the DSS explained that the security agency has no issue to settle with the INEC chairman in court and blamed the misconception on a newspaper which reported a court order out of context. The DSS therefore wants such individuals and groups to desist from their dubious act. It also advises all critical stakeholders to be vigilant and resist attempts to use them to thwart the law. The Court of Appeals in the Sokoto State has restated Dauda Lawal as the candidate representing the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in the 2023 governorship election in Zamfara State. The judgment set aside the ruling of the Federal High Court sitting in Guzo, the state capital, which had earlier disqualified Lawal in November last year. The Federal High Court had earlier ruled that the PDP had no candidate for the said position in the forthcoming election in the state. And with the judgment of the appeal court today, Dauda Lawal has been readmitted into the race to contest for the seat of governor of Zamfara State. A retired Deputy Inspector General of Police and senatorial candidate for Akwa Ibom Northwest under the platform of APC, Udom Ekudom, has described as laughable rumors making the rounds that he has stepped down for Senator Godswill Akpabio. The retired DG, who spoke today in his office at Adian, Abak local government area, while reacting to insinuations that some elders have prevailed on him to step down for Akpabio, said he will be chased out of the land if he steps down. The Ekpedom stated that though there had been pressure on him, he will never succumb to such pressure because it will be seen as betraying his people. He claimed that his senatorial ambition is not his personal project, but a project for the redemption of ABAC 5 local communities, which have not had any shot at the National Assembly for the past 16 years. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party LP, Dr. Peter Obi, and the vice presidential candidate of the party, Dati Baba Ahmed, will tomorrow storm Osun State to further push the theme of his campaign, moving Nigeria from consumptive to productive state. This is contained in a statement by the chief spokesperson of the Labour Party's Presidential Campaign Council, Dr. Yunusa Tanko. According to the statement, venue of the program is Nelson Mandela Freedom Park, Osogbo, the state capital. Expected in the campaign train is the wife of the presidential candidate, Mrs. Obi, Labour Party's national chairman, general secretary, among others dignitaries. The Kano State Police Command says 61 suspected political thugs have been arrested in its efforts to rid the state of all forms of crimes and criminality, especially during political campaigns. Commissioner of Police in the state, Mr. Mandauda, disclosed this in a statement issued to newsmen by the command spokesperson, SB Abdullahi Haruna Kiyawa, in Kano. According to him, the arrest was made in line with the directives of the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, to ensure peaceful electioneering process and to tackle the menace of political thugs. According to him, the suspects were arrested during political campaign clearance operations conducted during a political activity at Sani Abacha Stadium, Kano. He stated that items recovered from the suspects include 33 knives, 8 cutlasses, 4 scissors, a parcel, and 170 wraps of suspected Indian hemp, as well as 3 bottles of sock and dye, 500 Excel tablets, and bunch of champs. The commissioner noted that all the suspects will be charged to court. This is the news across the country, coming to you from Osun State Broadcasting Corporation, Voice of the West Nigeria. Now our mid-news message. Aiding and abetting is a serious offense under the law. You may not be able to escape when the long arms of the law catches up with you. The 6th from such act. The Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority has sealed a total of 13 filling stations in Akwa Ibom State for dispensing petrol above the above pump price. The team lead distribution system storage and retaining infrastructure, Mr. Joy Koro, disclosed this today while fielding questions from journalists during monitoring and surveillance exercise carried out within Uyo Metropolis and environs. Mr. Koro noted that any of the filling stations that violated government sale order would be sanctioned accordingly, adding that he affected filling stations would not operate for a stipulated period in the state. He warned other independent marketers to desist from selling above government approved pump price to avoid having their business premises sealed. A fire outbreak has occurred at the shopping plaza near the Relief Market in Onitsha, Anambra State. The cause of the fire is still unknown, but the plaza housing multi-billion naira worth of goods is owned by traders yet to return from the Yuletide holidays. Though details of the fire incident are still sketchy, some eyewitnesses said it started from a shop within the plaza. Reports indicate that the men of the State Fire Service were already on ground battling to put out the inferno. No fewer than 10 people have sustained various degrees of injuries when a Toyota Sienna private bus got involved in a lone accident today at Salam Axis, some kilometers from Shasha Bridge in Gbogan, Osun State. The public education officer of the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, Mrs. Agnes Ukugbemi, made this known today in Osogbo, the Osun State capital. According to the FRSC PRO, the accident was caused by speed limit violation. The statement revealed that the victims include 2 male adults, 1 female adult, 4 male children, and 3 female children. Mrs. Ukugbemi added that in collaboration with the State Emergency Ambulance Service, the injured victims have been taken to a private hospital in Gbogan, while effort is ongoing to tow the crashed vehicle from the scene. 3 persons were today confirmed dead, while 8 others were injured in an accident involving a Toyota Corolla car and a Nissan Micra taxi at Ileshe Panu, Iwekoro local government area for Ogun State. The spokesperson for the Ogun State Traffic Compliance and Enforcement Corps, Babátúndé Akínbíyì, confirmed the incident to newsmen in Abeokuta. Akínbíyì said the accident occurred due to excessive speed and loss of control on the part of the driver of the Toyota Corolla, and then that the driver of the Corolla marked LND 618 FQ lost control and rammed into the Nissan Micra taxi with registration number AKM 590YQ. He explained that 11 people were involved in the accident, comprising 4 males and 7 females, saying 3 people died, while the 8 who were injured were taken to General Hospital Ijayi and the deceased Federal Medical Center Abeokuta. The image maker of the call commiserated with the family of the dead, urging motorists to avoid speeding, especially now that visibility was very poor. A 50-year-old woman, Amiga Gugua, has been arrested for allegedly killing her co-wife during a fight in Warji, local government area of Bauchi State. Police spokesman Ahmed Wakil said Mrs. Gugua of Mia Village strangled her co-wife Amina Koli, who is 60 years old. He explained that a team of detectives was drafted and rushed to the scene, while the victim was evacuated to the Casual Hospital, Ganjua, for a post-mortem examination, where she was certified dead by a medical doctor. Members of the Peace Corps of Nigeria, which the National Assembly renamed Nigeria Peace Corps, have been urged to present themselves for screening scheduled for tomorrow. A release by the Osun State Command of the Corps implores members to come with their identity cards, Peace Corps certificate, and enlistment letter. The release adds that any member who fails to partake in the screening exercise will lose his membership. It also implores members of the public who are interested in joining the Corps to obtain their membership forms at the Corps headquarters, Kilometer 5, Ramat Crescent, Fadeyi Estate, along Ilesha Garage, Oshogbo. The release added that the forms are obtainable between next Monday and fortnight Monday. An Islamic scholar and senior advocate of Nigeria, San Alhaji Mahmood Adeshina, is the guest lecturer tomorrow morning at the 2022 class graduation ceremony, Hafla, of Al-Aziz Student Academy for Teaching of Arabic and Modern Islamic Studies in Osho. A release by the proprietor of the academy, Ustaz Mustahuddin Abdulaziz, states that the program holds at the school premises located at Al-Aziz Close, Fiwashaye, Okeawesi area of Ifon-Osun. The expected spiritual fathers of the day include Sheikh Suleiman Ajibodu, Sheikh Abdul Ghani Zulkarnain, Sheikh Abdul Wahab Salahuddin of Madul Islamiyya Ede, and Sheikh Najim Din, Fai Imam of Ilukbeju Central Mosque, Ifon-Osun. The statement adds that the father of the day is Al-Imra Aminullah, while all students, parents, and guardians, other dignitaries from all walks of life are expected at the Hafla of Al-Aziz Prudent Academy, Ifon-Osun. Now talking sports. Delta State is to host the 7th National Youth Games as from next month. Adeyemi Aboderi is standing by for details of these and many more on Sports Update.
Management Committee of the Nigerian Professional Football League has handed over a total of 200 million naira to all the 20 participating clubs in the 2022-2023 season. Each of the 20 clubs in the league received 10 million naira as a form of support to alleviate their financial constraints, though only Aqua United versus Bended Insurance match will be played on Sunday, while other fixtures will hold next week. The benefiting clubs include defending champions Rivers United, Shooting Stars, Rangers International, Raymond Stars, Eyimba International, Duma United, among others. Speaking at the ceremony, IMC Chairman Benga Elegbeleye noted that the development was a fulfillment of promise made by the league organizing body. Elegbeleye informed that winners of the league, which is going to be in an abridged format, will receive a prize sum of 100 million naira. The 2022-2023 MPFL season will get underway on Sunday with Aqua United hosting newcomers Bended Insurance in Uyo. Meanwhile, President Nigerian Football Federation Ibrahim Guzo has has inaugurated the referees and the match commissioners committees, calling on them to make sure that the match officials handle the matches in the league professionally and take Nigerian football to its desired heights. While thanking the committees headed by Mrs. Faith Irabo and Alhaji Babagana Kali, respectively, Guzo said the NFF took its time to come up with people of character and integrity known to the football body and of merit. According to Guzo, NFF will rely on the committees for fair officiating and smooth running of the league. In the meantime, Delta State has got the nod to host the 7th National Youth Games by the Federal Ministry of Sport and Youth Development. The choice of Delta State was reached at the meeting of stakeholders for the games, which was held on the sidelines of the recently concluded 21st National Sport Festival. Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Sport and Youth Development, Ismaila Abubakar, stated that the National Youth Games has since inception become a veritable ground for harvesting huge talent that abound within the country. Guinea-Bissau has become the second African country to name a stadium after the late football legend Pelé. Cape Verde had on Wednesday named a stadium in its capital after Pelé. Incidentally, both countries are Portuguese-speaking, the lingua franca of Pelé's Brazil. Guinea-Bissau government decided to change the name of Batafa Fred, the second capital of country, to Estadio Pelé, in response to the appeal of FIFA's president Gianni Infantino, who asked for a worldwide tribute to the late Brazilian footballer. Cristiano Ronaldo's expected debut for his new club Al Nassr in the Saudi Arabian League has been postponed. The eagerly anticipated match between Al Nassr and Al Tahi was shifted for 24 hours following poor weather which affected electricity supply at the King Saud University Stadium. Five-time Ballon d'Or winner Ronaldo was unveiled by Al Nassr on Tuesday after signing a huge money 2.5 years deal with the Saudi Arabian club due to a 2-match domestic ban carried over from his time with former side Manchester United. Ronaldo was not expected to make his debut against Al Tahi. However, there had been suggestion in the build-up to the contest that Al Nassr were looking at ways to circumnavigate the suspension to allow Ronaldo to play. Five-time Olympian Mary Onyali Omagbemi has hailed the progress of Nigeria track and field athletes following the latest rankings released by the World Athletics. No fewer than 29 established Nigerian athletes made the top 100 list in their various disciplines. The Atlanta 96 Olympics bronze medalist in 200-meter attributed the feat to the exceptional leadership of the Minister of Youth and Sport Development, Sunday Dare, who she said has laid a structure that enhances growth of sport generally in the country. Sport Update returns tomorrow. My name is Adeyemi Abodeni.
And to end the news across the country, here again are the major points. Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke today joined service chiefs and legionnaires as well as families of fallen heroes to perform a Jumat prayer in Osogbo as part of activities like to commemorate the year 2023 Armed Forces Remembrance Day. A Court of Appeal sitting in Sokoto State has reinstated the People's Democratic Party governorship candidate Dauda Lawal as a candidate representing the party in the 2023 governorship election in Zamfara State. The Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority has sealed a total of 13 filling stations in Akwa Ibom State for the expensive petrol above the approved pump price. We also reported that a 50-year-old woman, Amina Gogoa, had been arrested for allegedly strangled her co-wife to death during a fight in Warji local government area of Butchers. That was the news across the country, edited by Latif Agbola and delivered by Ulushayo Babatunde. For more about us, you can log on to osbcng.org. Thanks for listening. Good evening.
It's entertaining. It's educating. Really informative. Qualitative news as it breaks. It's OSBC Radio 2, 104.5 FM.